name's Dave Lockwood. I'm one of the founders of Remove It Pros, and what this video is, and I'm asking you to please watch it all the way through. What this is us trying to bridge the gap. We've done about 20,000 demos in this marketplace so far, and we have had great success. We have had a few things happen over the years, and we want to address them here, because typically what's going on is we're not communicating well enough, or the customer doesn't have enough knowledge about construction. So what we want to do is we want to talk to you about the things that they're kind of tripping points and their issues that come up. So here's the reality of our world today. The guys that work for me or work for us in Remove It Pros, if they were skilled contractors, they would be making $35 an hour, and they would be in demand and hard for us to get. So what we have typically is we have labor guys who have shown they've shown an ability to show up, to listen, to follow directions, and to be submissive to us and to do what we ask them to do. We set them up for success. So think about this. When you grew up, how many guys said, when I grow up, I'm going to be a demolition contractor, demolition laborer, or a laborer of any standard, a laborer of any level. So basically, they're willing to do this difficult, dirty, laborious, heavy work for us in exchange for money. So what they get out of us is they get consistency. They never have to chase their money. We have plenty of work all the time. We have a very strong culture. The guys they love each other. They do very good together. We set them up for success. In exchange for that, we pay them very well. Okay, for what they do and their skill level, they're paid very well. But their skill level is not what you may think it is. Okay. So, for example, our guys are not movers. Our guys are never going to be able to put a kitchen in. There are a few of them, and do it in such a manner that you would be amazed. They're not going to be able to do that. But they can take your house apart, not create extra work for your contractor or for you, and do it in a manner that when we're done, you have a very satisfactory situation. So what we're known for is we bring our dump trailer and our truck, and we can do even surgical demolition. Now, if we know it's surgical, you're going to get one of our best crews. If it's an ordinary tear out and we're just doing tile or something like that, you're going to get one of our ordinary crews. So we sort that out. Talon sorts that out. So what I'm trying to explain to you is this, okay? If we're taking out tile in your house, there's going to be dust. You will hear about dustless things. If somebody tells you that they can do construction without dust, it's just not true. You can't go swimming and not get wet. You can't do construction and not have dust. Let's say that the company that you're working for says, we can do dustless tile removal. I'm going to say, okay, yes, you can, but not really. You can do less dust, but is dust? Is wet? Is dry? So the question is, yeah, they can do it with less dust. They're going to charge you almost twice as much. It's going to take them twice as long. I think it's a little dishonest, personally. Okay, now dust is a sensitive issue right now, and our guys wear dust masks. They have them available to them all the time, and we want them to wear them. But to come into your house and tell you that you're not going to have dust is a big fat lie. Okay, now, can you mitigate the dust? Absolutely. Okay, so we can tape off your whole house, turn off your HVAC system, and the air doesn't move around and get sucked into your vents and stuff like that. So as long as you don't turn your HVAC system on at any given time that the dust is going on in your house, then you don't get all dusted out, because what happens is it blows it all through the house. The other thing that happens is now your HVAC system, let's say they're completely done. 6 months later, it still smells like drywall dust in your house. Well, that's because you use the HVAC during the construction process. So if you turn it off or you filter it properly, you're going to do great with that. We turn it off. We want to turn it off. We don't want to deal with it. Our guys are, once they get their first sweat on, they're cool anyway, and that's just the way it is. If they come in and out of air conditioning all day long, it makes them sick. So that's the way we feel about dust. There is no dustless construction. Okay? There is none. I don't care who tells you. I don't care who. You just can't do it. Can you contain the dust? Yes, absolutely. Costs money, takes time. You can have somebody else do it. You can do it yourself. You can have us do it. Okay? No problem there. So, okay, we're also not movers. Okay? So what happens is this, and this is the most common thing that we have problems with. We come in and the customer wants to save some money, so they're just going to have the demo guys move their expensive stuff. So this is not a good idea, because the mindset behind a mover and the mindset behind a demo guy, they're completely different mindsets. They're also very different skill levels. What makes you a very, very good mover is the exact opposite of what makes you a very, very good demo guy. Because a demo guy's moving fast, he's getting stuff done, he only slows down on the edges. Typically with our crews, when we're going up against some work that we're not taking out, the crew leader's doing that. And he's got the highest skill level, and he makes sure that we have success with it. So, okay, let's say we come in and you say, hey, can you guys help me move my refrigerator? Okay, yes, my guys, they're delightful. They're going to help you move your refrigerator. But keep in mind, you're using demo guys to move your $5,000 refrigerator, okay? If we're going to do that, let us know, because we need to make sure that you have the right guys that can do that. We don't mind helping. We want to be helpful, but we don't want to get accused of scratching your refrigerator at the tail end of the job. And then now we have a problem. And we don't have a lot of problems, and that's why we're making this video, because we don't like to have any problems. We like it when we don't have any. If you look at our Google reviews, our closest competitor has like 20 or 30 Google reviews. Now, they've been in business for way longer than we have. They do probably, some of them, as many jobs a year as we do. But we have all these Google reviews. And the reason we have them is because we're careful. It's because we care. It's because we want to have a satisfactory project, and we want you to be happy. We want what you want. We want it to be seamless and easy and not a problem. So here's what happens though. The majority of the times when we're going to move anything, the guys take pictures anyway, and most of the time we get ourselves out of the situation that, hey, you scratched my fridge. Well, did we or didn't we? Typically we didn't, but we're the demo guys. You get blamed for that, okay? So let's say we're working around cabinets. Well, we're going to protect your cabinets, and we're not going to have the less sophisticated guys taking tile out around your cabinets, and you're keeping your cabinets. So a lot of times people will put cabinets in and they put them right on top of the tile. So what we got to do is get as close to the cabinets as we can with our demo hammers and break that tile just up to the edge of the cabinets so that we can get it off. Now the tile underneath the cabinets is still there. It's just broken off as close as we can get it. So you see where this could become a problem. All right, so my guys are told, if you break something, let us know. We're going to let you know. We're going to say, hey, we broke this. I'm sorry. What do you want to do about it? That's the way we do things. So our Google reviews, 950 at the time of this video. My closest competitor, 30. Well, it comes from that. So we show up, we do what we say, we clean up after ourselves, we take the debris with us, and that's what we're known for. Done about 20,000 demos in this marketplace again. For example, here's another thing that happens, and this doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And it's huge, it's significant. So what happens is, we show up, and the first thing we do is we turn the water off, okay? And we're not turning it back on, okay? We don't turn the water back on. We're not plumbers. We're not licensed to put plumbing stuff back together. My guys are demo guys. They don't know how to do this. Now, will they do it for you? Yeah, they will. They will. They'll put a shark bite on for you. Is that a winning combination? Absolutely not. I'll give you another thing. When we go into a high rise, the first thing we tell our guys is, in our meetings, we say, okay, what's the first thing you do? Okay, turn the water off. What's the second thing you do? Turn off the HVAC. If you're in a high rise, what's the next thing you do? We go find the sprinkler system shut off in case that crazy scenario happens and we hit a sprinkler. It could happen. It rarely ever happens, but it could happen. So we are bridging the gap. We're stepping up and making sure that these 1 in a million situations don't come into play for you or I. So that's who we are. That's what we are. And for demolition guys, we're a bunch of dorks. When we're willing to do hands-on demolition for you, we just would like you to understand what we're dealing with, what you can expect, and that we're going to do a very good job for you. Now, if you have furniture, cabinets, appliances, and stuff like that, and we haven't talked about this up front, and you want to work something off on a trade and you get a little bit lower bill, let us know that. We'll work something out with you on that. And so my name's Dave Lockwood. The guy that you've been dealing with is probably Taylor Gordon. And then Logan, Logan's my son, Logan Lockwood. He is the owner, and he runs Remove It Pros administratively. And then Lisa is your point of contact. She's the one you talk to on the phone. So we want to have a wonderful situation with you, and we just wanted you to take 5 minutes and watch this video. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for using Remove It Pros, and we aim to give you the best experience we possibly can. So it's Remove It Pros Demolition, Dave Lockwood, and we'll see you soon.